Hey, what up? How you guys doing out there today? This is your boy RotoBeast from DFSCheatSheet.com, and I'm here to present you my NBA live segment for Friday, October 26th. If you're new to this channel, please make sure and click the subscribe button below. This way you can watch all of our NBA, NFL, and MLB videos. If you haven't already, go check out our site at DFSCheatSheet.com. We have all the tools to help you compete with the pros day in and day out, including a complete optimizer, tons of content, daily Fanduel and Draftkings cash lineups. And we're truly a one-stop shop for all your DFS needs. So go make sure and check out the site at dfscheatsheet.com. So we got a solid slate today. I'm actually really liking today's slate. I think it's a really good slate. There's some spots that we can attack. And I think they're going to be under-owned, and I like it. I think I have a really good grasp on today's slate. So I'm ready to get to pretty much these questions. Before I do though, a couple guys that I really quickly want to mention that I absolutely love today. A guy that I think you need to have in every single lineup tonight. I don't care what anybody says. Is Gerald Green from the Houston Rockets with no James Harden. He's minimum price, $3,700. Great punt play on this slate. I like Gerald Green a lot. I'm going to have him in pretty much every single lineup that I play tonight. He's a guy that last year he showed us when he gets minutes, he has 40 fantasy point upside. If he got dropped a 40 burger tonight, that would be 10, almost 11x on his price tag. So I definitely think that Gerald Green is the best punt play of tonight's slate. I just really wanted to get that out there. One more thing I quickly want to mention is the Knicks. The Knicks, they switched up their whole starting lineup, and man, they took out some of their better players, and I don't understand. And I think that with the Knicks' new starting lineup, no Cantor, no Burke in there, this is going to be a for sure blowout. The Warriors are just going to absolutely crush these dudes. So I'm starting to get a little bit more scared on the Warriors. That's just something I was already a little bit scared, and now I see this new starting lineup that the Knicks have, and I'm like, ugh, this is gross. So Warriors scare me a little bit, but a guy like Steph Curry, 51 actual points in 3 quarters, you definitely got to consider him for GPP. So I'm ready to get started in these questions. First. Artudo wants to know a pivot off AD. I think the best pivot off AD has to be Antetokounmpo going against the Minnesota Timberwolves. I think this game is, I'm not going to say it's going to be a close game, but I think this game stays somewhat in the range where Antetokounmpo is going to get his full allotment of minutes, and Antetokounmpo has just been on fire. And you save 700 from Antetokounmpo to Anthony Davis. So if you're just asking me just straight up a pivot to pay up off of Anthony Davis, I think the top pivot would be Antetokounmpo on this slate, Arturo. Next, we got Zach B. How many points do you normally want your punt plays to get? So my punt plays, anybody in my lineup. The rule for NBA DFS, at least for me, everybody I know, we all want to get at least 5 times value off of any player that we put in our lineup. We want 5 times value. So if the guy is 4,000, then we need him to get at least 20 for value. In the case of Gerald Green, he's 3,700. All we need for him to hit value is 19. And I'm going to tell you right now, Gerald Green is going to get 19 tonight. I wouldn't be surprised if he got close to 30 fantasy points tonight. So to answer your question, Zach, is you always want to get at least 5 times value of their price tag. That's really my rule in general for any fantasy player. Just because I put a guy in as a punt play, I still want 5 times value. I still want him to crush. This way, if one of my guys that I pay up for doesn't work out, but the punt play does well, then he covers the guy that busted on you. So, some people are just throwing any random person in just to have somebody in there so they can pay elsewhere. But my advice is you still want somebody that has some upside to have a solid game. Ryan Board wants to know, what do you think about Kemba and Peyton at point guard? I actually really, really like both of those guys. Both of those guys are in my top 5 point guards on the slate. Alfred Payton, I absolutely love. I think that he's just too cheap in a really good spot. Kemba Walker, just played Chicago, and I mean Chicago doesn't have nobody that can really guard Kemba Walker. He's the main person on the team. He's going to get a ton of shots. At home, we always like to target Kemba Walker at home. He's always better at home. So to answer your question, Ryan, I love Kemba Walker and Peyton tonight, and I could even see you stacking up both of those guys together and not paying up for a super super expensive guy on the slate. So I hope that answered your question a little bit. Definitely love both of those guys today. Mr. Mike Daddy, how you doing today, bro? What's up? The question is with Houston. Would you drop Melo in your line tonight? I actually would play Melo tonight. I think Melo is a really good play tonight. I'm still waiting to see what the starting lineup is looking like. I keep hearing that Carmelo is going to start at the 4 and they're going to move PJ Tucker to the 3. If that's the case, if Melo gets a start tonight, he's going to play around 32 minutes. Then I just think he's too cheap. I mean, if that's the case, we got to see how the starting lineup shakes out. But I would like, Carmelo Anthony, if he is in the starting lineup, a little bit more. And if he's not in the starting lineup, I still like him. But he'll be a lot lower owned if he isn't starting. But to make a long story short, I think Melo is a solid play on tonight's slate. Dwayne Fortnier said, I squeeze Fox, Levine, Wall, Kimba all in the same cash lineup. What do you think? So I like 3 of the 4 guys. For me, especially if we're talking FanDuel, I'm just not paying $8,000 for Fox. I don't care what Fox has done. This game against the Wizards has blowout written all over it. So, Dwayne, to answer your question, I love Levine. You could definitely use Wall, even though it could be a blowout. I love Kemba Walker. I just don't know about Fox. Fox is a really big question for me out of those 4 guys that you're kind of bringing up. Like I said, the price tag is just up there. And what's up with my boy Mike? Hey, Mike, how you doing, bro? Hey, I completely agree that Melo is going to have a good game tonight. I don't think, I think some people may be trying to chase his last game. That's not the reason why I'm playing him. I'm playing him because James Harden is out. They're going to need scoring, and Melo can put up points, and he's a very fair price tag. Hey, Mike, not to get off subject, but hey, man, them Dodgers, boy, we got to get that dub tonight, bro. We got to get that dub. So I mean, if you guys got any more questions, hit us in the comment section below. Otherwise, I'm ready to get out of here and get these lineups going. So Chris Cox wants to know any word on Bradley Beal. I know he is questionable now. I really like him against the Kings if he plays. So Chris, to be honest, I'm not going to be looking at Bradley Beal. I think Bradley Beal is a good play, and he's had some really good games in the past against Sacramento. I just don't know if I want to pay $8,300 for Bradley Beal in a game that I honestly think this game is going to be a blowout. I honestly do. So, I'm with you. It's still a game time decision. I haven't seen anything outside of that. It said he had some problem with his chest, didn't go through shoot around. If he's out, then I definitely think some very, very good value opens up for the Wizards. But Bradley Beal is just not somebody I'm really going to be looking at. Zach B said, are the Showtime Lakers back? Hey, bro, I hope that we're back. We're looking pretty good. I think with the Lakers, we just have to get our rotations right. What are we going to do when Rondo and Ingram comes back next game? Are they both going to go back into the starting lineup, or are we going to bring them off of the bench? I really like the starting lineup that we have right now with Lonzo and Kuzma in there and Hart. I think Hart should start as shooting guard over Caldwell Pope. So the lineup that we started last night, I honestly think is our best lineup. Then you have Rondo come off the bench with Ingram. The only big decision is not even Rondo. It's Ingram. Ingram is going to be a top 10 player in the next couple of years. So I just don't think we can bring Ingram off the bench. I think Ingram has to start, but I think Rondo should come off the bench and they should start Lonzo. Lonzo's been playing well. It's only a couple games into the season, I understand, but he's shooting the ball better. Hey, hopefully we got the Showtime Lakers back. Lakers are my team. And I think we're one piece away from really competing in the West. Next, we got Mr. Mike Daddy wants to know, with the possibility of a blowout, what do you think of Otto Porter? So I'm going to be honest with you, bro. I'm not on Otto Porter, but I'm absolutely loving Oubre. Oubre is just dirt cheap. I think he'll get minutes even in a blowout. I think he can get an easy 5 to 6 times value. If I was going to go between, Otto Porter or Oubre, I would probably take the discount and go Oubre. I think, like I said, blowout or not, he's going to get some minutes. I think he's a little bit more of a safe play. Christopher Choi said, how do I like Cantor? Well, I don't know how to feel about Cantor. I mean, I love Cantor. I think he's a really good fantasy guy. I've played him a bunch of times already this season, but the fact that the coach has him coming off the bench now, like Cantor, it's not Cantor's fault why the Knicks have been bad. So for him to bench Cantor but still keep Tim Hardaway in the lineup, it just doesn't make sense to me. Cantor's been good on the season. He's going to be really, really low on the fact that he's coming off the bench. So if you think that he's going to come off the bench and still get close to 30 minutes, then I definitely think that you can still play Cantor. So at center on Fanduel, there's a couple guys at center I'm liking. First guy that I'm really liking, I talked about him in my core video, is, Karl-Anthony Towns. He's just dirt cheap. He's $2,200 less than he started the season. I'm sorry, $2,400 less than when he started the season. He's had a little bit of run bad, I understand, but Karl-Anthony Towns is a really good player. And, getting Karl-Anthony Towns at 8.5 price tag today, to me, it just feels like a steal, especially going against a Milwaukee team who they don't have any big men that scare me. I mean, come on. Karl-Anthony Towns is going to eat up Brook Lopez in that matchup. So I like Karl-Anthony Towns. I think he's my favorite center of the night on FanDuel. John Graham wants to know, Jimmy Butler is a game-time decision. Any thoughts on Rose? So, it all depends on the news. Even if Jimmy Butler plays, but Wiggins is out, I love Rose. If Wiggins and Butler are out, I absolutely love Rose even more. Either way, if one of those guys are out, so Wiggins or Butler, if either one is out, just need one. Load up some Rose. Rose has been scoring really good off the bench. The coach has been playing him in crunch time, giving him minutes. It's just all about that. We got to continue to wait on that injury news, and hopefully it comes out before lock. So, yeah, I do like Rose if one of the two guys are out. Arturo, he wants to know, I have Giannis and AD. You pay up for Kemba or Clint Capella, I'm assuming. I like Kemba. Kemba's one of my top 5 point guards on the slate. I mentioned that earlier. I think Kemba's a really good play tonight. So I would definitely go with Kemba Walker over Clint Capella. AD or Giannis. We just talked about that. I'm going to go with Giannis over AD in this spot. I understand why you want to go with Anthony Davis. I like Giannis tonight a lot. I think that game has a lot better chance of being more competitive against Minnesota compared to Anthony Davis. Going against Brooklyn, I think that game could get out of hand. And if you're paying, a premium for Anthony Davis and it gets out of hand and you want – you're not going to get the full run out of Anthony Davis, and I definitely think the Pels can blow out the net. So I would go with Giannis in a little bit closer game. If he's out, I'm taking Oubre. Yeah, no, I love Oubre. I think Oubre is a great play, whether he's in or out. Oubre's been getting some minutes. The coach already stated that he wants to play some small ball. And Oubre is that perfect guy. He can play the 3. He can play the 4. I like Oubre tonight. Oubre and Rivers, yeah, I definitely, especially if we get that Bradley Beal's out, then yeah, Oubre and Rivers, both great plays. Rivers has actually been getting a lot of run, and, if it's a blowout, he's still going to get a lot of run. In the blowout, Washington's kind of a little bit short on their bench right now. So the guys that they have on the bench, they're going to get some minutes. A couple of them may start. Such as a Oubre or Rivers, and then the rest of the guys, they're going to get their minutes either way. So I do like Austin Rivers and Kelly Oubre today. If I had to choose between those two guys, though, I would probably go with Oubre for 400 more. And, that's it. That's all I really got. If you guys got no more questions, I'm going to get out of here and get these lineups finalized. Hopefully I helped you guys out today. And, yeah, man, I like tonight's slate. I think that there's a lot of ways that you can go about it. I definitely like bigger slates compared to smaller slates. Smaller slates, there's always everybody is, 50, 60, 70% on, and that makes it tough to win. It's definitely you could, and it's obviously you can, but I like bigger slates where people aren't so high owned, and you could differentiate yourself a little bit, and that's what we've been having a lot of really good success on the little bit bigger slates. So tonight looks like a really good slate. So we got I also like Harrell for the Clippers. Definitely like Harrell for the Clippers. The guy's been a monster this season so far. With him, he's another one of those guys though. It's just all about the minutes. If he's gonna get minutes, he's gonna do very well. But is he gonna get the minutes? That's the thing with Harrell. But it is a revenge game. I definitely could see that narrative. And so I think Harrell's a good play. Jason Smith, they haven't announced what's going on yet with the Washington Wizards side of things. And the thing is that's the last game of the night. It's the only game on the 7 o'clock slate. So I honestly don't think we're gonna get news on the Washington game. To be completely honest with you. And hey, it just came out right now as we're live talking. Carmelo will be in the starting lineup tonight. Carmelo, absolute great play going against the Clippers in that starting lineup. We just mentioned Carmelo a couple minutes ago. We are talking about if he starts, he's going to be good, etc. So it is just in. Carmelo is starting tonight for the Houston. Great price tag for him. I definitely like this spot for Melo. He's going to have higher usage rate as well with Chris Paul out. Definitely look for Melo to have a solid night tonight. What do you think about Julius Randle tonight? I actually like Julius Randle. I think Julius Randle is a really good play. He is a game time decision, so he's going to be low owned. He's the first guy off the bench. If it's a blowout, he's going to get a couple extra minutes as well. We know this guy is a monster fantasy point per minute type of guy. So if Julius Randle is another one of those guys, if he's in the lineup, he's going to play a ton of minutes. You get him in, but we don't know how many minutes he's actually going to get. That's the only downfall really on Randle. And I think that's about all we got. Any more questions? I'll wait a couple more minutes. So my favorite plays on the night, obviously I talked about Gerald Green. I think Gerald Green is the premier pump play on the slate. And real quick, so TH3 King wants to know Chris Paul out. No, Chris Paul is back today. Chris Paul he's back going against his old team. We seen the heated exchanges last year with the Clippers. Chris Paul and Patrick Beverley hate each other. I love Chris Paul today. I think he's a really, really good play, especially with no James Harden. He's going to have the ball in his hands so much. Revenge factor. Hey, love Chris Paul. Love the Houston Rockets. Green and Melo in the same lineup. Hey, man, I'm not going to say do it, but I could definitely consider thinking about it. Melo, dirt cheap. You got Gerald Green, dirt cheap. The best pump play on the slate. I wouldn't be mad at you. I definitely wouldn't be mad at you if you went Gerald Green and Chris Paul in the same lineup. I think you could probably even get away with it for cash games as well. Both of them are probably going to be kind of high owned too. A lot of people are going to be on the Rockets tonight. So definitely I think something that you could consider. And I think that's it. I got through all the questions. I don't see any more. Hey, tonight looks like a fun night. Definitely going to be a high scoring night. You got to get some Rockets in your lineup. That's my biggest suggestion for you. There's a lot of really good opportunities for that team with no James Harden in there. And so really quick, just in before I get off of here, a couple of news that just came out. So you got Jimmy Butler and Wiggins. They're both game time decisions. So I don't know what to do with Rose because I feel like we're not going to get the news before lock. We're not going to get the news. The game doesn't start till an hour after the slate starts. So, you got to kind of play Derrick Rose at your own risk. But to make you feel a little bit better about Derrick Rose, he's been getting minutes either way. So I think that he's a solid play. And hey, that's all I got for you guys. Solid night tonight. If you want to play, my cash game lineups that I'm playing tonight, or that I play every single night, go check out our website, dfscheatsheet.com. Go get our VIP package. You get full access to our optimizer, all of our content, Fanduel and DraftKings cash lineups, for NBA and NFL. So go make sure to check out the site, dfscheatsheet.com. Hey, thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out.